This video is brought to you by
Cool Grain Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. Come on down, shop with us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you can't come and shop with us in person, go online right now at coolgrainclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Before I get into the story, I want to say this is a requested video. Everything in this video is alleged. With that being said, let's get right into it. When most people decide they want to join a gang, it can be for a lot of reasons. The camaraderie, liking the fact organizations move as a unit. If you are a part of a gang, it's supposed to be, if I got a problem, we all got a problem. Or for the brotherhood or sisterhood. Some get that family vibe from their gang. Whether they didn't have it growing up or the gang took them in and became their family. Others could just be fascinated with the lifestyle and want to feel a part of something bigger than them. Either way, you can't judge. I myself have my own experiences and background dealing with gangs. Speaking from experience, when you look around and see your squad, y'all all go out or hit the block together, it's a feeling of power, control. You don't feel alone. You can relax a little more than you can being by yourself because you know nobody is dumb enough to crack slick on the gang because it's strength and numbers. But that's the surface. Gang life gets deeper than that. Depending on your rank, you possibly might even have to crash out for the gang. It's a hierarchy. Orders are passed down from the higher ups to the pups or foot soldiers. And that's to earn stripes or rank. And saying no is not an option. It's a lot of good brothers and sisters in themselves or them graveyards because they slid for the gang or rode for something they believed in with all their heart and soul. But when you look at your comrades and say to yourself, this is family. I'm with this. I know what I signed up for. For most, they never think to themselves, what if this goes left? What if I break protocol or do something the gang don't like? Will they line me up, put me on the plate to be fooled too? As most people know, violations can come with different consequences. And sometimes it can even be your life. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing the case of a Baltimore woman who was backdoored by a member of her own gang after an argument on the block. Back in 2018, 34-year-old Tracy Whitening was navigating life in Baltimore. Described as a good friend, fun to be around, and loyal to her peoples, Tracy was a little different from most women her age though. She was aligned with something bigger than herself and was a member of the Bloods gang. She stood on all 10 and what she believed in and was solid to the gang. Like many people living that lifestyle, she had some run-ins with the police, even served some time on cases tied to gang activity. But Tracy was more than just a flag. She was a mother and sister to all her peoples. As she got older, she still rotated with her peoples on a regular basis. They would often hang out, throw parties, or get-togethers, hit a nice little club or lounge. So in November 2018, it was normal when the gang hit each other up and decided they would all meet up on a block in downtown Baltimore and go to a strip club. In attendance that night were a few members, including 33-year-old Damian Woods. The members all had a few drinks, chopped it up before leaving. Allegedly, according to close sources, Tracy and Damian got into an argument after leaving the spot. It's not clear what it was about, but it quickly got heated. That same night, BPD received a shot spotter alert to respond to a shooting in the 2400 block of Francis Street. in West Baltimore. When they responded, they found a victim laying in the alleyway, shot over 11 times, already gone at the scene. And unfortunately, the person in question was identified as Tracy. At first, police had no leads or suspects. There was no witnesses or cameras in the area, or a motive. As family and friends got the news, they were devastated. Nobody knew who would want to hurt Tracy. She was affiliated, but really didn't have many enemies that could easily get to her like that. Police got information she was last seen with members of the gang. They already knew she was a member as well, but the only information they knew is that she was last seen leaving the club downtown. But it seemed the case would go cold. Months would go by, then months turned into years, all the way until 2021. Damien got jammed up on an unrelated charge dealing with his girlfriend. She called police and told them he had threatened to take her life and said, "You talk too much. I'ma off you like I did Tracy." That wasn't the first time police heard Damien's name though come up in the cold case. Witnesses that saw the two members arguing downtown told police they believed he did it. Also, Damien had made calls talking about the hit. One member of the gang even told police the night of the incident, Damien was mad about the back and forth him and Tracy had. And when he came to the house without her, knowing the two were just together, they asked him like, "Yo, where Tracy at?" They claimed he stated she had to go, yo. They then asked what happened, and he told them just look at Murder Inc. By this time, the higher up members behind the wall wanted Damien hit because he didn't have the go ahead to hit Tracy. She wasn't in violation and had been a solid member of the gang. So a green light was put on Damien's head. But police would catch up with the man before the gang did. And 3 years after the situation, he was charged with first degree hit on Tracy. But the case was weak, all speculation and hearsay. As the case started making its way to trial, prosecutors painted a picture of members of the gang hanging out that night. Damien and Tracy getting into a back and forth dispute. Him getting mad, and when they left, putting a plan in motion to lure her into an alleyway. Trusting the man, they stated she walked with him to talk out their problems. But they claimed Damien was the only one who left the alley alive. But his attorneys argued it wasn't no eyewitnesses, fingerprints, or surveillance footage. And the jury agreed, declaring the first trial a mistrial. But in 2024, the case was trialed again. This time, witnesses took the stand, including a member who claimed they heard Damien tell others like, "Yo, Tracy gotta go." The state's key witness was an individual who was on federal probation the time of the incident. And Damien's lawyers claimed they were trying to frame the man and lie to the police so they can get their own case dropped. It took me a minute to do this story because it wasn't a lot of information and it seemed all over the place. But doing my research, I'm not sure if Damien had another mistrial due to lack of evidence, if the case is still open or closed, but I do know he is not in state custody. Rest in peace to Tracy. I send my prayers and condolences to her family. I know she had a son. I'm not sure if she had any other kids, but I hope all is well with him and he out here thriving. As far as Damien, I don't know if he did what the streets and people claimed he did or not. Only people that know that is him, Tracy, and the Most High. And she is not here to tell her story. A lot of people I spoke with, even certain members of the gang, feel like she was backdoored by another member. But I will leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the situation in the comments. Yeah, man, rest in peace to Tracy. I definitely send my prayers and condolences to her family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out. Yo, what's the word, fam? We got a deal for you so you can get your fashion right this summer to get 10% off your purchase at Cool Green Clothing. All you gotta do is click the link in the comments. I'ma pin it right there for you. Add your items for purchase in the cart. Before you complete your order, type in code 2x10TV to get 10% off your purchase. Again, be sure to tap that link because without that, you can't get your discount. And that's code 2TIMESTV10. We appreciate your love and support.